Hello, everyone. Welcome to this lesson on batch organization. So, as you can see, I have started cutting down my photos. They're organized by the day, and so I'm just getting them down to the size about a little under 4.125 inches so that they can fit into the page protectors. And once I have this whole pile of photos, I'm now going to add each of the ones that are going into the 4x8 page protectors. There are, two per page protector. I'm adding those in to these 4x8 page protectors, and they're a bit tricky at first. And so I think I go a little I just kind of bend them and I get through them quite efficiently once I've passed, the first few. I am keeping in mind that I want approximately half the photos on the left and half on the right. But in some cases where there are a lot of photos, I put most on the left in the page protectors and just do the accordion to be a maximum of 6 photos. So that's 3 back-to-back pages. So once I have this all done for the entire pile, I make sure I keep them in order by the day so that they don't get mixed up at all, because that could be a doozy. And I'm also making sure that the photos that will be facing each other, so when you open up the page protector, the photos that are facing each other would also kind of tell a story. So I try not to put like 2 photos of myself on those inner leaves. I have one of myself, one of my husband and my son, or vice versa. Just try to mix it up a bit, but still keeping it in a bit of a chronological order. So nothing too crazy. So once I balance that off, I'm going now to create the folders for each day. So I'm just cutting those down to 12 by 8.5 inches and then scoring along the 7-inch line, and then a half-inch scores based on the number of photos I have for that right-hand side of the page. I go in with my tool, my bone folder, and just get those folds neatly done. And I enjoy doing that and just kind of pressing them down. And in the cases where I have extra photos, I just do some extra lines as well. So it's about 3 lines per fold, for example. So, 2 photos would be 3 lines, 1, 2, 3. But 4 photos, 2 back-to-back would be about 5 lines. So just making sure that they all line up and you get them done properly. So once I have that, I am just checking to see where I'd like my day one to go on the photo. For most of my days, I think for at least 5 out of my 6 days, they were able to go down below about 1.5 inches from the base. And except for one where it would have ended up at an awkward part of the photo. So I did it up top, close to the top, so 1 inch from the top. But beside that, this stayed as the formula. And so I'll just continue on with the other papers that I have chosen for these. It's quite a lot of papers to choose from. So I am keeping in mind what I want. So I decided to cut these all down to 8.5 just to make the batching easier for me. And once I've done that, I just go in now with the scoring tool. Since there are 2 different tools or trimmers that I'm using, I prefer to use a rotary trimmer for cuts of paper because you get a nice smooth cut. Whereas the scorer that I have, it is a trimmer, but it isn't a rotary. So it's the kind of blade, which I find sometimes could be a bit of a jagged edge depending on how sharp your blade is. So in an ideal world, I would use one for the cutting and trimming, but just my little sticky preference. So this is quite a bit, of time just choosing which papers I'd like to use for it. But now I have them all sorted and I can go on and score all with from the 7-inch mark. and just continue on making sure that I have it all done. Now this one is a bit tricky because some designs, this one was fine, but there was another design where I scored it and then I realized that it would have been on the wrong side. So just keep in mind based on how your pattern is. For some patterns it wouldn't matter. But for others it would. So just one or two things to keep in mind when you're scoring, making sure that it's the fold is on the right side. And literally it is on the right side. So that worked out well. So yeah, continuing to do that for each one and then also keeping my photos within each folder just so that there's a system and that, things don't get too crazy on my desk. And I like being able to use this bright colored paper because I had like bright neon. Now I will tell you as well, this week was the week that the Barbie movie premiered. This was the one that I scored on the wrong side. But anyway, this week was the week that the Barbie movie premiered, and so I had packed a lot of bright pink outfits, which felt a bit weird because I was like a beach vacation and I prefer to wear like whites and neutrals. But I still did some Barbie core outfits throughout the week, so that was fun too. So that's how I considered using some of Sun Chaser for the album because of my outfits for the depending on my outfits for the day. So if you're seeing that and wondering why I'm wearing bright pink, I just thought I'd let you know. Um, this one was alright. Well, this is one of my favorite papers from the collection, and I just love being able to use it for the last day. I am now going to go in and put the acetate onto the back of these flaps. So for this one, I decided to use my tape runner, and I thought this would have been the fastest way to get it done. I do it for both the top bit and the base bit. I'm sorry that that's a bit off camera. Um, and then it sticks into place and allows me to now also add the letters later on. But I decided to go ahead and just cut down all of the flaps for each folder, just getting all of that done. And once those are done, I go in and I add all of my acetate. So I continue on making sure that the folds are in, the cuts are in place, and then I'm adding in the 7-inch acetate. So at this point, once I've added this part in, I'm like, okay, but I could just cut all my acetate pieces down to just make that batch a bit easier to do. So I'm just cutting it all down, and this way I can clear my desk once I have the acetate cut and the 1-inch bits cut from all the folders. I can move that rotary trim and get some more space on my desk eventually. So I'm just adding the acetate down to each folder and making sure those folds are neatly done. That's a big part of it. And then I'm stacking them one on top each other as well to get the folds a bit flatter. And so once I've done that for all 6 days, or I think it's 5 days left, I can go ahead now and I can add in the letters for each day. So the beauty of batch organizing is just finding something, a system that works for you, that helps you, especially if you're using a formula to get it done a bit more efficiently, and get some desk space because that's always, getting some real estate on your desk back is always pretty important. So that worked out pretty well. And then now I'm just gonna add the rest of photos in, sticking them down to the flaps, like you would have seen in the previous lesson. And then just ensuring that they all stick into place, the orientation is the way I want it to be. And then also just ensuring that this everything's in the folder. So getting those things done, and it's all coming together nicely. after I do these folders and glue everything in, I can move on to embellishing the album pages and all the photos and bits of the album that embellishes. So I'm just gonna put some music on for the rest of this because I believe it's pretty straightforward, but I still want you to see the process. And I will be back with you in the last minute of the lesson to wrap this lesson up. All right, so batch organization is really about what works for you and what helps you to get your album done well. And so I guess that sometimes it takes a while to figure out exactly what works best for you. In this case, I realized that I could have just, put all of the numbers on in the end, which I think worked better for me. I organized all the photos and put them in line, stuck them down. So by this point, I have all of these folders here, and this is, the last two to just add my letters in. And then yeah, it's been a pretty good process. I'm really pleased with how it all worked out overall. So my first bit was having printing photos, cutting them down, then creating the folders, putting them in place, then cutting the windows, adding the acetate flaps, and then sticking the photos in, sticking the page protectors in there, and adding the letters in the end. So that's my process, guys. So let's go on to the next lesson where we bring it all together.